world city through and through, Hong Kong is overflowing with stories waiting to be told. And through education, we can learn about these tales from the past and be inspired about what the future holds. From the discovery of dinosaurs to the true value of books, knowledge is what brings people together. In this episode of DV, we're putting our thinking caps on. Let's start in TST, where Joyce joins a celebration of prehistoric proportions.
This year marks a significant milestone for Hong Kong as it celebrates its 25th anniversary. And amongst the numerous events being held, we have a special exhibition here brought together with enormous efforts from people all around the globe. So join me today and let's take a peek into our history.
Sounds like we're in for a good one. Celebrating the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong with historical relevance sure seems fitting for the occasion.
So can you tell us the inspiration behind this event?
I think in 2018, we brought the first T-Rex, a real dinosaur fossil, to Hong Kong. And it was just plugged in a mall. Although we have related information, we had 6 stations for visitors to check and for the kids to learn about the dinosaurs.
So all the kids were very fascinated, right?
Oh, and they had so much fun learning about the dinosaurs and all this. And I thought, you know, with one, we had so much impact, so why not bring more? And this is how it started.
So this time I understand that you brought 8 fossils, right?
Yes, I mean, we are very proud to have made this happen because this is 8 very important species of the dinosaur fossil. And this is the only one in the world with such an exhibition, with such a lined up of fossils. There's not one country, one museum and more than 2 species like this. So it was a major, major feat for us. When we had this idea, it was 4 years ago. And there was no pandemic. But now we not only have a pandemic, but we also have a war going on in Europe. So we worked relentlessly for the last 2 years. Even up to the last minute, we had so much problem with transportation because flights were canceled. But in the end, we came through.
So what is it that you're hoping to bring to the local community here through this exhibition and this event?
Apart from education outreach, apart from about learning, about education, about knowing more about the majestic beasts that roam the earth, I think just a simple thing to bring joy to the community. I think this is what we wanted to achieve.
So can you tell us more about the other elements of this event?
So when I thought of this, I wanted to be a Dino Mania year. In conjunction with this, I also had a paleontologist to supervise 2 robotics. I think it's really fun for the kids to see it fleshed out. So we had a T-Rex and also a Stegosaurus. So it's 1-to-1 scale, it's all scientifically correct. So also this is a first in Hong Kong. On top of this, we also have a gala dinner. And I want to echo the Big 8. So I thought of this having the Big 8 of chefs to participate. So I'm happy to say this is also a first in Hong Kong. So I got 4 3-star Michelin stars chefs and 4 2 Michelin star chefs. So altogether we had the 20-star meal. Looking back, you know, with all the trials and tribulations, and finally it's worth it and it's all come together. And really, it's not one person's effort. It's everybody put their heart and soul into this. And it's about passion.
Yeah.
So, but people are so passionate and people are thrilled to see the results of all this.
Not only can the passion be seen, it can be felt across the city too. So let's check out one of these other dinosaur-inspired events. Who's next, Joyce?
So this culinary experience is specially created for the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong. Can you tell us more about that?
But the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong will be celebrating in a big element with all the 8 dinosaur exhibition, and plus we regroup 8 very famous chefs of Hong Kong to really make this celebration memorable. We separate all the meal in 4 different groups of 2 chefs. We decide the pair of 2, who's going to cook what, and in which timing of the meal. We come out the dish from a Chinese chef or French chef. a little bit of mix.
And you're working closely with Chef Julian this time?
With Chef Julien this time from Robuchon, which I'm very happy to pair with because we are good friends and we know each other for many, many years. So actually the two dishes that we came out is very complementary together.
We are 8 chefs who represent 8 dinosaurs. And we are very enjoyed to meet all together for make this dinner.
Because usually you guys don't come together, right?
No, it's very difficult. All the chef is busy and we don't make too much event together. I think it's the first time in Hong Kong. For me, Hong Kong is a very city of gastronomy. We can try all the food of the world and all the food in fine dining. No need to travel a lot around the world for try the food. We can travel in Hong Kong and try all the food of the world in Hong Kong.
I understand this time you're working closely with Chef Guillaume, is that right?
Yes, yes. We know each other for a long time now. We work together in Macau first, and we are very enjoyed when Michel called us for making this event. We are together on the same plate. We are very enjoyed to make a combination of dishes together.
This event truly is a celebration that galvanizes people from all walks of life, and with a great purpose too. But a celebration this big requires even bigger efforts to make happen.
So I was born in Germany, in Munich, and I grew up with the style of my parents. They had been organizing a fair and a platform for minerals, fossils, gemstones, jewelries. So I'm actually dropped into this since I was born.
Tell us how you connected all the dots together.
Well, okay, there are several dots, and it takes time, first of all, to put this together. It took us to put this together since 4 years now. We're working on that. Unfortunately, you know, pandemic can in between. So we thought of postponing everything organizational-wise to put those dots together. It's pretty hard when you have all of these obstacles in your way. So.
And you have to bring people together from all around the world.
All around the world, because dinosaurs are actually lived all around the world. Our world 150, 140 million years ago looked totally different. So you know about the continent drifting and all of that stuff. So now we can find these fossils and these dinosaurs all over the place. Also here in China and also here in Hong Kong, you can find fossils.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We'd been brainstorming, like Michelle and me, and say, okay, what can we do in the future? So I said, okay, let's focus on the big 8. So what is the big 8? The big 8 are actually the most famous dinosaurs we know. You know, we always have to understand there are several thousand of species of dinosaurs. But what is the most famous one? So actually this question was very hard for ourselves to answer. Yeah, because there are,
which 8 to pick?
Which 8 to pick? But then we asked kids and say, and this is a very, very good thing, the kids know all of the names of the dinosaurs. And we said, you know what? Tell us your favorite dinosaurs. So, and then in the end, it was like a survey of kids, you know, what was the most famous ones and the most demanded ones. So it was like Stegosaurus and Triceratops and Diplodocus and all of that things. And I said, okay, let's do it. So bring all of these very famous ones to Hong Kong.
And also this amazing installation here. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so this installation is the picture we all have in our heads. Okay, so why are these dinosaurs actually became so famous? Because of the Jurassic Park movies, you know, and the fascination which are behind these animals. They are dangerous, they are predators, but they are beautiful ones. They are very aesthetic ones. So we thought, okay, bringing one real-size T-Rex here in front of the wonderful skyline of Hong Kong as our picture we should have in our head, like T-Rex looked like. But how did we create this? So scientists need to work on our finds, on the original bones, on the original skeletons to recreate the picture of it. And this is the result. I would say bringing 8 original dinosaurs to Hong Kong is even more challenging. Because where do we get them from? We get them from museums, we get them from private collections, from universities. But especially in these times, they didn't want to release them because they are afraid. You know, they are Mona Lisas. They
treasures.
Treasures, it's super treasures. I can only do this, or I would say I only have the availability on these objects because I'm into this network of fossils and dinosaurs all my life. So that means I know a lot of people, you know, who are working with dinosaurs, who are working with fossils. So I reached out to them and asked them, there's a lot you have to convince them, but I know them at least, and this really helps. That's why I can bring them together. I'm deeply connected to Hong Kong, and I'm very deeply connected to the people here, and I feel for them. And I thought after 2 years of lockdown with the pandemic, we had been suffering. And I think bringing something like this, fascinating originals, especially for the kids, for the families, this should be a release. And it is no better time to bring them than to the 25th anniversary.
Celebrations are meaningful because it's a chance to bring people together in unity. And it's amazing how much effort went behind this event, bringing people from all these different industries and sectors all over the world to make this celebration of history happen.
We're back and heading across the harbor to Wan Chai, where another type of celebration is happening. An annual event for decades, we're at this year's book fair to find out what the true value of literature is. Let's check in with Anna.
Knowledge is like a gift of life, and literature is a very important part of that. It helps us with storytelling and imagination and allows us to learn about culture and history. And no, I am not talking about the internet. And that is why we are here today. Let's go and take a look what's happening at the book fair this year. Hi, Peter. Thank you so much for being here with us. Now, can you introduce yourself to us, please?
Yes, of course, my pleasure and honor. My name is Peter Ho. I'm a very happy photo nut. As a matter of fact, this year marked the 50th anniversary that I've fallen in love with photography. Wow. And more importantly, I've fallen in love with Hong Kong for my whole lifetime. So I'm excited to be part of the Hong Kong Book Fair.
Can you share a little bit about your book with us?
First of all, the title of the book is Treasure Island, The Adventures of a Dreamer. Because of my professional background in financial services, wealth management. As a matter of fact, I came from broadcast media in the past.
Oh, wow,
decades ago. So I believe that it's great that I can create a very, very inspiring photo journal and trying to share my thought and vision and the excitement of dream chasing with the readers.
And where did that inspiration come from?
The inspiration has been with my mental scape for 50 years already. I feel excited that Hong Kong is truly a treasure island. And without doubt, the adventures of a dreamer and the images on my book truly reflect my excitement. So, and I believe that when I'm trying to exchange my thoughts with all the people who read my book, they feel the same way. The energy, the drive, and sharing the vision that life is so wonderful, keep dream chasing.
So how do you find this book fair this year?
I truly believe that Hong Kong Book Fair is a very major benchmark in really bringing ourselves to the world, because we let all the readers read Hong Kong through a global perspective. When I walk around this Hong Kong Book Fair, I can feel all the energy with the whole area, because anywhere from the technical books or to inspirational book, I believe that all the energy, all the wonders are here. No wonder why there's so many people queuing up to reading all these books. And I'm getting very excited because I benefit from reading those books on location. And I got to know a lot of authors. They're very dedicated, and I believe that we are on the same wavelength, sharing the fun, above all, positivity, and driving force to get ourselves going forward beautifully. One very impactful story I can share with the readers is my engagement with the 6 VIPs who rode the forward, because they all represent the top achievers arena in Hong Kong in multiple sectors. They really told me their own success story, but in a very inspiring way. I believe that no matter how successful these VIPs are in Hong Kong, anywhere from the government sector to the art or performing sector or every virtual sector, they told me that they are crazy dream chasers in the whole lifetime. What I'm trying to get and take away from this whole production process is anywhere from the very average people in society, the younger generations, and also the super successful people. We are all dream chasers. And without dreams, how can we pursue an even beautiful future? Despite all the hurdles, maybe everywhere in the world, in the past several years, we will overcome. The future's going to be even better.
What an inspiring start! The idea of being a dream chaser starts at a young age. We have to nurture the next generations with this concept, and Anna's with one particular author who is doing just that.
Hi, Choi. Hi. Thank you for being here today with us. So, why don't you introduce a little about yourself?
我今日咧，其實咧嚟到書展咧，其實因為我有一本書出咗，咁點解我係叫做蔡姨姨咧？其實我就好中意食菜啦，and then 我好中意同小朋友講故事嘅。
Ah, so you're here today because you have published a children's book and your name actually comes from because you love eating vegetables. That is very interesting. How can we continue our tradition of allowing our children to continue to reading traditional books instead of looking at their tablets and playing on electronics all the time?
紙本書咧，對於小朋友嚟講咧，係能夠培養佢嗰個專注力啦，係啦，同埋佢要更加有耐性嘅。只要家長以身作則，陪住小朋友一齊睇書咧，佢哋就會從電子嘅世界回到去現實嘅世界。
So as you said, our traditional hardcover books are really important for children because it actually builds up their patience and their imagination. We can allow them to continue reading hardcover books along with the help of their parents.
Yeah. 吸引小朋友咧去睇書咧，最重要嘅咧就係親子共讀。我哋陪伴小朋友咧一齊去睇一本書咧，其實小朋友咧更加對書本係產生興趣嘅。
So if we actually read together with the young kids, they will develop more interest in books.
Yes， 好多家長都好擔心，因為科技咧實在太發達啦，係啦，有好多嘅卡通片啦，就影響咗小朋友去睇書。但係我就會好有信心咧，因為呢一啲咧係娛樂嚟嘅，但係親子共讀同小朋友一齊睇書咧係一個溫馨嘅關係。
So you believe that although there's entertainment such as cartoons, but these are just purely entertainment.
Yeah.
And if parents read together with the kids, this is like a shared moment between the kids and the parents.
書展咧對於一個家庭咧都係一個好好嘅活動嚟嘅，帶住小朋友嚟，好享受咁樣咧，俾小朋友任意喺度揀書，然後咧就帶啲書翻屋企。咁呢一年咧，佢哋就有一個好豐富嘅閱讀旅程啦。
Yeah, so you just said they will have a great journey by coming to the book fair, taking part of the event, and bring home lots of books, choosing books. Like the entire process is a very happy process. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you contributing to the book fair this year?
Well, I'm not contributing to the book fair. The book fair is contributing to me.
Oh, I see.
I've been selected as one of the 5 historians
Oh, wow.
who've contributed to Hong Kong, to the writing of Hong Kong history. And so they've got an exhibition up on me, and I feel really privileged. It's such an honor. And I think a book fair is so important because people in Hong Kong come here, they see what's been published, they see what's the most popular books, but also most important books, right?
Yes.
Because some books that are really important might not be popular. So I think that's a good mix of books here.
So with your experience with history books, do you think it is harder to reach the younger generation as they might not be that interested in culture and history?
The important thing is we have to keep trying.
Yes.
Books are really important. Visuals are important. We know that kids learn a lot from what they see on YouTube, for instance, right?
Yes.
So there's some really good historical documentaries now on YouTube. And I think that's wonderful for getting kids interested, and it's also, you know, the visuals are, audio-visual materials are very good.
Yes.
But I think books are important.
Yes.
Because that gives the young people a time to just sit down and read and think about what they're reading. When they look at visuals, audio-visual material, it doesn't leave a lot to the imagination. But I think reading really enables the reader to use his imagination. And I think that's a very important aspect. Give you an example, like, you know, when you read Pride and Prejudice, every reader has an impression of what Mr. Darcy should look like, right? But if you see the movies, Mr. Darcy is there. It doesn't leave you any room, right? No
Yeah.
room for imagination anymore.
Yes. What's on your agenda lately? What have you been doing?
I'm writing a biography of a man, and he's not very well known, but he was the owner of the mining company in Silver Mine Bay, who was a pioneer in mining, a pioneer in telegraphy, some waterworks, and he was just, trying to introduce a lot of new things into Hong Kong and China in the late 19th century. But hardly anybody knew him, or hardly anybody knows of him today.
Yes, and you're helping them by, writing books on them and getting more people to know about them.
Right, but also by studying these people, we know more about the history of Hong Kong.
Yes.
And by knowing the history of Hong Kong, we know more about ourselves.
Having walked through the book fair myself, we can see how many booths were dedicated to children's literature. And that is why book fairs are a great way to promote reading and also to reach our next generation. Whether it be a physical book or an e-book, reading will always allow us to learn about the true value of literature. So the next time we pick up something to read, why not try and pick up a book? Because from what I learned today, that's where the gift of knowledge starts.